Ashfall Peak's jagged silhouette dominates the dawn horizon, a menacing sentinel against the pale sky. Lazy tendrils of smoke curl from its summit, a silent breath of ancient power in the cold, still air. The untouched wilderness stretches below, an eerie testament to the mountain's enduring mystery. The peak looms, a silent, ominous warning to the distant, fragile settlements nestled far below. A rustic village nestles precariously at the base of the majestic, imposing Ashfall Peak. Villagers move with quiet apprehension, their gazes constantly drawn to the ominous mountain. Faces etched with profound fear, they exchange nervous glances, a silent dread hanging in the air. The distant, low rumbling from the mountain underscores their deep-seated unease and impending doom. Every sound, every shadow seems to heighten their palpable fear of the unknown. The village, a picture of quiet apprehension, braces for whatever Ashfall Peak might unleash. Rain relentlessly lashes against the window pane, a drumbeat against the cottage's silence as Ilara cradles her infant son. The tiny infant, Cael, is wrapped in tattered cloth, a stark contrast to the glowing mark on his shoulder. A silver flame-shaped mark glows faintly on Cael's shoulder, a mysterious light in the dim room. Ilara's weary but determined eyes fix on her child, her heart a storm mirroring the weather outside. Sunlight streams into a cozy cottage, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air, hinting at 5 years past. Ilara watches Cael, a spirited 5-year-old, engrossed in his wooden toys, a picture of domestic bliss. Cael's bright, innocent laughter fills the cottage, a joyful sound echoing through the quiet space. The small cottage, nestled at the forest's edge, hums with warmth and the gentle rhythm of a new life. In the dim cottage, young Cael stirs in his sleep, a soft cry escaping his lips. The hearth's embers, once fading, suddenly flare with an unnatural, vibrant intensity. Dancing shadows leap and writhe across the rough-hewn walls, twisted by the fire's sudden surge. Ilara rushes to Cael's side, her face a tender blend of love and quiet, watchful concern. The flickering light illuminates Ilara's worried gaze as she watches over the sleeping boy. Sunlight streams into Ilara's cozy cottage, illuminating dust motes dancing in the warm air. Cael giggles, his small hand reaching playfully for a butterfly fluttering outside the window. As his fingers stretch, tiny ephemeral sparks, like miniature fireflies, dance and disappear from his fingertips. Ilara's eyes widen, a jolt of alarm crossing her face as she witnesses the magical display. With protective urgency, Ilara quickly moves and draws the curtains, plunging the room into shadow. High on Ashfall Peak, the colossal dragon Vyranth looms, its scales like cool lava against the star-strewn night. Vyranth's eyes, burning embers in the darkness, pierce the vast expanse, his ancient gaze fixed on a distant, flickering light. The faint glow emanates from Ilara's humble cottage, a beacon in the wilderness. Vyranth remains a silent, watchful observer, a timeless sentinel guarding the peak. The star-strewn sky stretches endlessly above, mirroring the dragon's profound solitude. 5 years earlier, atop Ashfall Peak, the ancient Vyranth perches, a silent sentinel against a raging storm. The sky above Vyranth twists into a canvas of bruised purples and ominous greys, mirroring the brewing tempest. Suddenly, a strange, luminous spark descends from the heavens, pulsating with an ethereal, otherworldly glow. Vyranth's ancient, usually impassive gaze fixes upon the celestial anomaly, an unexpected curiosity stirring within. On Ashfall Peak, Vyranth, a creature of immense power, shifts his colossal body, his movements deliberate and thoughtful, the ground beneath him, and the entire mountain shudders with a subtle, ominous tremor. His ancient eyes, filled with untold wisdom, remain fixed on a distant, unsuspecting cottage below. Vyranth continues his silent, formidable vigil, an unyielding guardian against an unseen threat. Elara sits by the flickering hearth, her voice a soft, melodic lullaby echoing through the cozy cottage. The small flame casts dancing shadows on the walls, creating a warm, steady glow. Cael, a young child, sleeps soundly in his crib, his chest rising and falling gently as Elara sings, "Sleep, my child, sleep, my love, watched by stars from high above." Unseen by Elara, an ominous presence looms from the dark, imposing mountain outside, its gaze fixed on the cottage. Sunlight filters through the leaves, dappling the forest floor as Elara, in practical clothes, kneels among wild herbs. Her nimble fingers pluck leaves and flowers, her gaze constantly sweeping the surrounding, watchful forest. Elara pauses, head cocked, listening to an imperceptible sound, her senses keenly attuned to the wilderness. A subtle, almost imperceptible warmth brushes her skin, seemingly radiating from the distant Ashfall Peak. Her usually calm eyes flicker with a nascent unease as she casts a wary glance towards the ominous mountain. Sunlight glints off the silver armor of knights on horseback, their imposing figures casting long shadows on the village road. Banners emblazoned with blue and gold snap in the wind, a stark symbol of power against the humble village backdrop. Villagers huddle together, their faces etched with palpable fear as the armored procession advances. Whispers ripple through the crowd, a collective murmur of apprehension and unspoken dread. The ground trembles under the rhythmic thud of hooves, each beat amplifying the villagers' growing terror. In the village tavern, firelight dances, casting eerie shadows on the hushed faces of villagers, fear etched into their expressions. A palpable dread hangs heavy, chilling the air as the villagers huddle, their gazes fixed on an unseen terror. Man one whispers, his voice barely audible. "A dragon has been seen near the forest." His words, a chilling prophecy. The revelation sends a shiver through the tavern, deepening the palpable sense of impending doom. Man too adds a terrifying detail. "And a child of fire lives nearby," his words echoing the villagers' deepest fears. In the opulent king's chamber, the king of Valen Reach sits on his throne, a heavy, ornate crown adorning his stern face. His jaw tightens, a silent testament to the gravity of the news he receives. Before him stand his advisors, their expressions solemn, reflecting the tension in the royal chamber. One advisor, his face etched with profound concern, steps forward, his gaze fixed on the king. His voice, barely a whisper, cuts through the hushed chamber, delivering a chilling revelation. "A weapon is growing," the advisor states, the words hanging heavy in the air, portending doom. Elara stands at her cottage window, her heart a frantic drum against her ribs. The familiar ancient pulse of the mountain is absent tonight, replaced by an eerie silence. Beyond the dark silhouettes of trees, flickering orange glows of human torches pierce the night. Panic tightens its grip on Elara, her eyes wide with growing dread. Inside her cottage, Ilara's hands move with practiced urgency, yet a gentle touch as she grabs Cael. Her eyes dart around the small cottage, a flicker of fear in their depths, searching for an escape. Cael, a small figure, instinctively senses her alarm and clings to her tightly, his small face buried against her. A desperate plea escapes Ilara's lips, a whisper of urgency. "We have to go. The cottage feels too small, too vulnerable." As Ilara's fear intensifies, a silent scream in her eyes. Under the cloak of night, Ilara and Cael flee through the dense forest, their desperate breaths echoing through the trees. The thundering hooves and shouts of men grow alarmingly louder, closing in on their fragile escape. Ilara stumbles, her foot catching on a root, a gasp escaping her lips as she fights to regain her balance. Her eyes, wide with fear, lock onto Cael, the child's safety fueling a surge of fierce determination within her. With renewed resolve, she pushes forward, their flight an urgent race against the encroaching darkness and their pursuers. Knights on horseback emerge from the darkness, their grim faces illuminated by the faint glow of the cottage. Swords are drawn with a chilling scrape, and crossbows are aimed, their metallic glint ominous in the dim light. The air crackles with tension as the knights encircle Ilara's cottage, their formation a silent, deadly promise. Each knight's face is a mask of fear and grim resolve, a silent testament to the danger they confront. The formidable captain dismounts with a heavy thud, the ground trembling under his boots. His gaze, sharp and unyielding, sweeps over the cottage, a silent command in his eyes. Outside Ilara's cottage, the captain stands before her, his gaze unwavering and stern. Ilara, defiant, shields Cael with her body, her stance resolute against the captain's imposing presence. The tension between them is palpable, a silent battle of wills etched on their faces. The captain's voice cuts through the air, cold and unforgiving. "Give us the child!" His words hang heavy, a stark accusation. He is dangerous. Ilara stands firm, her gaze unwavering, a silent plea etched on her face. Behind her, Cael peeks out, his small frame trembling, eyes wide with fear and curiosity. Ilara's voice, though pleading, resonates with an unyielding conviction. "He is just a boy." Her stance is a shield, protecting the vulnerable boy hidden just behind her. The captain raises his blade, a menacing glint of steel reflecting the harsh light, his eyes cold and fixed on Cael. The air crackles with an almost palpable tension, thick and suffocating around Cael. Cael, overwhelmed by fear, lets out a small, terrified cry, his voice trembling. The captain's lips curl into a grim line as he utters a chilling declaration. "He is a dragon's flame." The captain's voice resonates with an ominous power. Cael's terrified eyes dart between the captain and the glinting blade, trapped in a moment of sheer terror. High on Ashfall Peak, Vyranth's eyes snap open, twin orbs of intense light piercing the night. A primal connection stirs within his ancient heart, sensing the child's desperate distress. The colossal mountain itself groans and rumbles, echoing his awakened fury. A tremor of raw power reverberates through the peak, a testament to his ancient awakened might. From the menacing heights of Ashfall Peak, a deep, guttural roar rips through the night, shaking the very ground beneath. A terrifying, primeval sound echoes, signaling an ancient power stirring within the mountain's core. Massive clouds of dust and ash erupt violently, billowing into the ink-black sky, blotting out the stars. The air thickens with debris, transforming the once clear night into a swirling vortex of ash and fear. Ashfall Peak, a monstrous silhouette against the obscured heavens, continues its terrifying roar cry. The once formidable knights, now a shattered line, stumble backward, their faces stark with terror in the flickering torchlight. A guttural roar from the mountain reverberates, shaking the very ground beneath their feet. Torches slip from nerveless fingers, clattering to the earth with a hollow sound. Wild, dancing shadows stretch and writhe across the scene, mirroring the night's panic. The air crackles with fear as the mountain's ominous voice echoes, a terrifying warning. The night's formation dissolves into chaos, their courage utterly broken by the unseen terror. A colossal shadow descends, swallowing the moon and plunging Ilara's cottage into an ominous darkness. Vyranth's massive scarred wings beat the air with terrifying force. A powerful gust erupts, tearing through the night with destructive energy. Knights are scattered like leaves, their armor glinting as they are thrown through the air. The sheer power of the creature's descent creates chaos and despair among the defenders. The ground trembles under the immense force, signaling an unstoppable, fearsome presence. In a cataclysmic display of power, Vyranth lands with an earth-shattering thud, shaking the very foundations of the world. The ground beneath him splits, groaning under his immense weight, a gaping chasm tearing open. The raw power of his descent creates a terrifying rift, separating him from the cowering knights. His colossal form looms, a terrifying silhouette against the tumultuous sky, radiating an aura of overwhelming might. The air crackles with his presence, an undeniable force of nature, a harbinger of imminent destruction. The chasm widens, a silent testament to the sheer, unbridled power that Vyranth commands. The knights stand as if turned to stone, their bodies rigid with an all-consuming fear. Their weapons, once symbols of bravery, clatter to the ground, echoing in the sudden, terrifying silence. The courage that once burned brightly in their eyes has now been completely extinguished. All valor has evaporated, leaving only terror in the face of the ancient looming beast. The massive dragon, Vyranth, does not unleash a fiery roar, but instead a profound silence falls over Ilara's cottage. With a slow, deliberate grace, Vyranth lowers his colossal head, his ancient eyes fixed upon Cael. His gaze, deep and knowing, seems to pierce through Cael, hinting at untold wisdom and a shared destiny. The air thickens, charged with an almost palpable anticipation, as the dragon and Cael stand in a silent, profound communion. A moment suspended in time, where the immense power of the dragon meets the quiet courage of a human under the watchful sky. From behind Ilara, Cael emerges, a beacon of childhood bravery, stepping toward the colossal dragon. His small hand, utterly devoid of fear, extends slowly towards the dragon's imposing nose. Ilara gasps, a sharp intake of breath, her eyes wide with a mixture of terror and awe. Her body is frozen, a silent witness to the impossible moment unfolding before her very eyes. She remains motionless, her breath caught in her throat, unable to intervene in the profound encounter. Under the endless sky, the silver flame mark on Cael's shoulder begins to glow with an ethereal light. The light pulses with an otherworldly rhythm, drawing the eye to its mystical aura. Its pulse mirrors the intense, ancient gaze of the majestic dragon, a silent understanding passing between them. A powerful, invisible bond forms, stretching between Cael and the formidable beast. In this profound moment, a silent connection solidifies, sealing their destinies together. Outside Ilara's cottage, the massive Vyranth, a creature of formidable power, stands tall. The ground trembles faintly as Vyranth's colossal head begins to lower, a surprising motion. His gaze, once fierce, softens, now fixed not on the fleeing knights, but on a small child. It is a profound bow, a gesture of unexpected gentleness and deep reverence towards the child, a moment of awe-inspiring respect, a silent testament to acceptance between beast and child. The remaining soldiers, witnessing an impossible sight, turn and flee in utter panic. Their terrified shouts echo into the night, a symphony of fear and desperation. Ilara sinks to her knees, the weight of the moment pressing down on her. Overwhelmed with relief and awe, a profound peace settles over her. The cottage stands under the watchful eye of Vyranth, an imposing silhouette against the moonlit night. Vyranth, now a silent, formidable guardian, casts a long, protective shadow over Ilara's cottage. His presence is a stark, unwavering warning to any who dare approach, a silent vow of protection for Cael. The cool night air settles, carrying with it a palpable sense of change, a new chapter unfolding. A new era has dawned, marked by Vyranth's steadfast vigil, promising safety and an uncertain future. The cottage, once a quiet haven, now pulses with a silent, powerful guardianship, forever altered. Years later, a hushed reverence descends upon distant villages as whispers, like tendrils of mist, drift through the air. Tales of a dragon, not of fire and destruction, but of protection, are recounted with awe in hushed tones. Travelers, their voices imbued with wonder, speak of a specific forest, now an untouched sanctuary. The forest stands, verdant and serene, an expanse of ancient trees and dappled sunlight. The air hums with an unseen presence, a silent guardian watching over its sacred domain. Every rustle of leaves, every ray of sunlight speaks of a powerful, benevolent force protecting the forest. Sunlight filters through the canopy, dappling a forest clearing, painting the scene with ethereal light. Cael, now a strong, agile young man, stands at the center, his hands glowing faintly with controlled fire. He shapes the flames into intricate dancing patterns, his movements a testament to his practiced ease and mastery. Above, Vyranth's unseen presence hovers, a guiding force in the air, watching over Cael's fiery dance. Vyranth, majestic on Ashfall Peak, demonstrates ancient breathing techniques, guiding an unseen force with fluid, meditative movements. Cael, intently focused, mimics Vyranth's every precise action, a student mastering the art of controlled energy. His brow furrowed in deep concentration, Cael channels the burning flame within his very chest, becoming one with its power. A subtle, ethereal glow emanates from Cael's core, a testament to the potent energy now coursing through his being. Cael glides through the dense forest, his movements an almost ethereal dance, barely disturbing the undergrowth. Leaves rustle around him, not from his touch, but as if acknowledging his presence with a soft, welcoming whisper. A gentle breeze carries unspoken messages, a subtle shift in the wind, a silent conversation with Vyranth. Warmth emanates from his being, a language understood beyond words, resonating through the ancient trees. In the king's chamber, his face etched with age, eyes burning with unyielding determination, he hunches over an unfurled map. His fingers trace lines of power and strategy, a grim resolve hardening his features as he plots his next move. The king has not forgotten the dragon, nor the boy who defied it, their shadows looming large in his thoughts. A new, formidable assault takes shape in the quiet of his chambers, born from his unyielding will. A vast army, a river of steel and determination, marches relentlessly towards the shadowed forest. Their numbers stretch as far as the eye can see, a terrifying force of impending doom. Each soldier carries enchanted chains that shimmer with an icy, menacing luminescence. Spears tipped with dark rune steel glint in the daylight, promising destruction. Cloaked and grim-faced mages stride among them, their presence radiating dark power. Their low guttural chants weave powerful binding spells into the very air, sealing the forest's fate. The once tranquil forest, a sanctuary of life, is now engulfed in a terrifying inferno. Towering walls of flame rage, consuming ancient trees and casting an ominous glow across the landscape. The army, relentless in their pursuit, unleashes this fiery devastation to flush out their hidden targets. Smoke billows into the sky, a dark plume against the day, signaling the tragic sacrifice of nature. The crackling and roaring of the fire become a deafening symphony of destruction. Every leaf, every branch succumbs to the relentless hunger of the flames, turning the forest into an ash-laden wasteland. Vyranth, a colossal silhouette, rises from Ashfall Peak against a burning, apocalyptic sky. His massive form casts a terrifying shadow as he prepares for battle. A deafening roar of fury and defiance rips through the air, shaking the very earth below. With a powerful surge, Vyranth soars towards the encroaching army, a protector unleashed. His eyes blaze with an unyielding resolve as he charges headlong into the fray. High above the forest, Vyranth, a magnificent dragon, fiercely clashes with mages and soldiers, a battle for the skies. Bursts of fire erupt from Vyranth's maw, met by blinding flashes of frost from the mages' staffs. Steel swords clang against Vyranth's armoured scales, creating a deafening symphony amidst the chaos. The air crackles with raw magic as the sky becomes a turbulent canvas of war, painted with streaks of spell. Vyranth, a creature of immense power, battles countless assailants, their numbers overwhelming his ancient might. A spear, glowing with dark magic, pierces Vyranth's wing, a searing wound that brings him to his knees. A guttural cry of pain and ancient sorrow tears from Vyranth's throat as he plummets from the sky. He crashes into the burning forest below, a devastating impact amidst the raging inferno. Cael, his face a mask of anguish and fierce determination, races through the forest, engulfed in raging flames. He pushes past the searing heat, his eyes fixed on the injured dragon, Vyranth, a beacon of suffering amidst the inferno. Behind him, the relentless soldiers close in, their triumphant shouts echoing through the burning trees. The air crackles with tension as Cael charges towards his destiny, surrounded by fire and the looming threat of his pursuers. On the pristine snow, Vyranth's dark blood steams, a stark and horrifying contrast. His ancient, weary eyes fix on Cael, a desperate, silent plea etched in their depths. A guttural, telepathic voice echoes in Cael's mind, chilling him to the bone. The single urgent word reverberates through Cael's very being: run. Vyranth's gaze, filled with sorrow and urgency, commands Cael to flee. Cael stands unyielding on the forest ground, his gaze firm, a defiant challenge to the encroaching shadows. The silver flame mark on Cael's shoulder flares to life, an ethereal glow spreading across his chest in intricate, pulsing veins. His body now etched with luminous patterns, Cael emanates an otherworldly power, a beacon in the encroaching darkness. As Cael's power surges, the surrounding flames mysteriously recede, acknowledging a greater force has awakened. The raging forest fire, moments ago a consuming inferno, miraculously dies down, leaving an eerie silence. An ethereal soft light emanates from Cael, pushing back the encroaching shadows with its gentle glow. The soldiers, prepared for battle, are stunned into silence, their faces a mixture of awe and fear. Their weapons clatter to the ground, the metallic sounds echoing in the sudden, profound quiet of the forest. Their resolve, once unwavering, has completely shattered, replaced by a deep, unsettling wonder. Cael stands bathed in light, a silent, powerful figure amidst the bewildered and disarmed soldiers. On the forest floor, Vyranth slowly pushes himself upward, imbued with Cael's newly awakened power. No longer alone, he stands, a powerful aura radiating from him. Together, dragon and human, they form a unified force, the ancient flame pact reborn. An awe-inspiring power surges from them, illuminating the surrounding forest with its raw energy. The forest awakens, bathed in the soft ethereal glow of a new dawn, hinting at the quiet aftermath of a brutal conflict. The last routed soldiers vanish into the shadows, their desperate retreat marked by rustling leaves and snapping twigs. The king's pursuit ends, leaving a profound silence that slowly reclaims the ravaged forest. Broken branches and churned earth bear silent witness to the fierce battle that once raged. Yet, a resilient energy hums through the air, a testament to nature's enduring strength. The forest breathes again, its scars fading into the vibrant promise of a new day, as peace begins to mend what was broken. Under the relentless sun, Cael and Vyranth move in perfect harmony across the stark, beautiful landscape of Ashfall Peak. The jagged rocks and sparse vegetation of the peak stand as silent witnesses to their journey. Vyranth, a majestic creature of fire and light, strides beside Cael, their deep connection palpable. Their unwavering bond is a legend etched into the very fabric of their world, a guardianship transcending words.